Can we do an amazing Caribbean vacation for less than $1,000? That's exactly what Steph and I set out to do. After we flew into Cancun twice last year, our travel budget was a bit tight, but we had one vacation left for the year, so we decided why not go for a third time. Here's how we spent 5 incredible days in Isla Mujeres, Mexico for just $1,000. We're James and Steph. We love to travel and our dream is to reach financial independence so we can do it full time. Subscribe so you can follow our journey. We've been visiting Isla Mujeres every year since 2019. It's become one of our favorite vacation spots for its great food, amazing beaches, and beautiful views. So it's the perfect place for a last-minute trip on a limited budget. All prices in this video will be November 2023 prices. We booked 2 round-trip basic economy flights from Houston to Cancun for $206 each. We used Google Flights to find the cheapest and most convenient options by adjusting our travel dates. Next, we booked a super affordable Airbnb for $235.80, conveniently located right by the Malecon. We'll leave a link in the description. So even before we arrived, we had already spent over $600. But now with flights and accommodations all set, it was time to start the vacation. When we arrived at the airport, we stopped at the ATM and withdrew 7,000 pesos for spending cash. Then we headed to the ADO bus stand and bought 2 tickets to the ADO station downtown for 260 pesos. From there, we headed to the Ultramar ferry at Puerto Juarez. We read that we could take a local bus, but we decided to splurge a bit and took a taxi for 200 pesos. When we arrived at the ferry terminal, we purchased 2 round-trip tickets to Isla Mujeres for 570 pesos each. Normally we sit on the top deck to get the beautiful views of the turquoise waters, but this time we sat inside. After a quick 30-minute ferry ride, we arrived in Isla Mujeres.
Oh wow, look at the waves. Look at the pigeon.
We made it.
How does it feel?
Oh yeah.
It was around 1 p.m., so we went to look around the neighborhood near our Airbnb. We had lunch at a nearby restaurant called Al Natural, where I had fajitas de cerdo with a refreshing watermelon juice, and Steph had a burrito de res with an horchata. We also shared a plate of papas fritas.
Esa chismosa.
After that delicious meal, it was still before 3 p.m., so we went to see if we can check into our Airbnb early.
Where are we?
Having fun. Not at work. Yippee!
Hey, delicious.
But
They were still cleaning the room, but the host kindly let us drop off our bags. We then headed to one of our favorite beaches in the world, Playa Norte. After swimming for a while, we went to watch the sunset. We headed back to get settled into the Airbnb and get washed up.
I'm dancing already. It's only 6 o'clock.
The accommodation featured a comfortable king-size bed and good water pressure in the shower. It also had all the essentials to cook basic meals. While street noise was noticeable, it died down at night, and overall it was a great stay, especially for the price. We headed around the corner to Super Aki to pick up groceries, bottled water, coffee, and some breakfast items like eggs and toast.
What'd you get?
Dulce.
Then we stopped by a small stand called Milo's Tacos for some Argentinian-style tacos and a choripan. The owner was really cool, and we had a nice chat before taking the food back to our Airbnb. Unfortunately, the chimichurri sauce had cilantro, which is the only thing that I cannot eat. I tried to remove as much as I could, but despite the occasional soapy, bitter bites, the meal was still delicious. The next morning, Steph woke up early to make us scrambled eggs with toast and coffee. A delicious breakfast made with love. Second day, how do you feel? Afterward, we headed back to Playa Norte, this time approaching from the opposite side. We returned to our usual spot under the trees and spent the day relaxing there in the cove.
Thirsty? But I can't drink it.
Afterwards, we headed to Playa Centro and had some esquipes. I think this messed up my stomach, but Steph was fine, so who knows.
Think about this statue.
Then we walked along the beach until the sun set and then went back to the Airbnb to get washed up for dinner.
Party.
We stopped at Superaki again to get some more water and milk.
Supermarket. Oh no, what
What's that statue mean?
Then we strolled around the neighborhood before having dinner at Tacos Los Burritos.
Hola. No, baby.
They had just run out of tacos al pastor, so I had a plate of tacos de bistec, and Steph had a gringa. We shared a refreshing limonada fresa.
How is it?
Food was delicious, but we were especially excited for our favorite Mexican dessert afterwards, marquesitas. Unfortunately, the vendor forgot to add queso de bola. We didn't realize until later, so it wasn't as good as it could have been. The next morning, we walked along the Malecon and took some photos. Then we went to our usual spot near the cove near Playa Norte and spent another relaxing day there. After a stroll along the beach and through town, we had a late lunch at Al Natural. I ordered tacos al pastor, and Steph got shrimp tacos.
To win.
What do you think about your tacos?
Despite asking for no cilantro, my tacos came with it, but the staff kindly gave me a fresh cilantro-free set, and they were delicious. After that, we went to Playa Centro, and we sat in the sand for a couple hours and watched the sunset.
What do you think? Hola, hijo. Where are we going?
Then we went to dinner at La Lomita, where Steph had the coconut shrimp, and I had the pollo yucateca. This ended up being our favorite restaurant this trip.
How was the dinner?
Messy! But nice.
Then we went on a late night walk along the Malecón. The next morning we went back to our usual spot and spent the next few hours in the water. Not that be your problem. Then we went to Cafe Mogagua for a late lunch. I had a delicious smoothie, Steph had a frappe, and we shared a crepa de pollo.
How do you feel?
Then we went to Playa Norte and Steph swam until I fell asleep, and we stayed there until sunset.
How was it?
Then we went to our favorite pizza place on Isla Mujeres, Sunny's Pizza. Service is always great, the pizzas are delicious, and they let you split the
How do you feel
flavors.
about eating pizza?
The next morning, we took the ferry back over. Our plan was to get back to the ADO bus station and take the bus back to the airport. But Steph bargained with the taxi driver to take us straight to the airport for just 400 pesos, which was a really good price. So there you have it. As you saw in the video, we only stayed in the north part of the island. We didn't rent a golf cart and explore the south part of the island on this trip, but we've done that before and yes, we recommend it. But this trip was more about going to the beach and relaxing. So yeah, we had an amazing time. And we did it all for less than $1,000. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let us know any tips that you have to visit Isla Mujeres on a budget. I appreciate all of you who follow us and leave a comment. I'll see you in the next video.